Hello ladies and gentlemen and those in between, welcome back to my channel. Everett here, and today we're going to talk about Hello Stranger. Hello Stranger is a 2020 Philippine boys love web series starring Tony Labrusca and JC Alcantra. It was produced by Black Sheep Productions, which is a division of ABS-CBN Films. Hello Stranger is the third Filipino BL series released after the huge success of Together the Series, which is a Thai BL series, and which paved the way for the first two Filipino BL series, Game Boys and Sacrosanct. Right at the moment, Hello Stranger is the most viewed Filipino BL series on YouTube. In fact, its first episode has more than 2 million views on YouTube, and the rest of its episodes have more than 1 million views. Hello Stranger has a huge fan base, and I just admire how supportive their fans are. When Black Sheep announced that Tony Labrusca would star in a BL series, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Tony Labrusca? Wow! And I was really excited about it because Tony Labrusca is a rising star in the Philippines and is not new to the Philippine entertainment industry any longer. So I expected a lot from this series, and I'm glad that I didn't get disappointed at all. Hello Stranger is a story about two boys who first meet online as strangers who don't seem to like each other very much, but are again brought together by circumstances that change their lives forever. When Mico, a nerdy college student, organizes an online quiz night with his group of friends, he is surprised when the school's popular basketball player Xavier joins in and insults them. Little does Mico know that this won't be the last time he will be seeing Xavier. They both cross paths for a school project. Despite their differences, the two boys get to form an unlikely bond that goes beyond friendship through their several online interactions, and eventually they fall in love with each other. Basically, the story is one that we are all familiar with. A boy meets another boy, they seem to dislike each other, and then they are forced to work on something together, and then they fall in love. What's new? But I think that what we can expect from this series is how realistic it feels to be awkwardly working with someone you don't like and someone who you just meet. And it is clearly evident in the first episode, but that disappears right away by the second episode. And I just love how Mico seems to learn what it is like to step outside his comfort zone and his 4-point life plan. And I guess one of the things that we can learn from the series is that we cannot force everything that we plan to go smoothly in the same ways we want them to, because realistically speaking, at certain times, certain things just happen unexpectedly. Let's talk about the two main characters, Xavier and Mico, who I personally love the most in the series. Xavier is played by Tony Labrusca, who is undoubtedly the most popular Filipino actor to venture into Filipino BL series. Tony first gained his popularity via McDonald's Philippines TV commercial back in 2016, and also in the same year, he joined the Philippine reality search Pinoy boy band Superstar, but unfortunately, he failed to reach the grand finals. Even though he didn't win the said reality TV show, he became a part of a horror fantasy drama series La Luna Sangre, which made him rise to popularity. And later on, he was cast in the film Glorious, which made him a household name and even more popular. In this series, Tony plays Xavier, who is a popular basketball player, and personally I think that he suits well with this character as Xavier, specifically the physical attributes. However, at certain times Tony's acting is a little bit underwhelming, but still Tony does have moments to shine, especially in the finale. Mico is played by JC Alcantra, who is a Filipino social media star who has earned popularity through the mobile phone app TikTok. In fact, he is considered as one of the most popular TikTok stars in the Philippines, and he has collaborated with several commercial ads, and one of them is Jollibee. Isn't it amazing that a McDonald's endorser is paired up with a Jollibee endorser? And that just makes me wonder what the love story of Jollibee and McDonald's would be. Anyway, in this series, Mico is a typical nerdy guy who excels in academics, and the one thing that I love about him the most is how natural his facial expressions are. So some people say that the acting in the first episode is a little bit awkward, but I think that may be due to the situation. Imagine yourself working with someone you disliked. Wouldn't you feel awkward in the same way? And I think that the acting really took a turn for the best on episode 2. And JC has the most improvement in acting throughout the series due to the fact that Mico has the best character development. And the chemistry is through the roof. It's beautiful beyond description. In fact, I'm very proud to say that among all of these Filipino BL couples that we have today, Tony and JC make the most beautiful pair. Although I have to admit that when it comes down to the chemistry, I still have to give the number 1 spot to Ace and Sky of My Day the series, mainly because Aki and Mico, also known as Ace and Sky respectively of My Day the series, are so comfortable with one another and that they don't mind having kissing and bed scenes. But other than that, Tony and JC rock the BL universe. Anyway, Tony and JC have completed my top 5 Filipino BL couples in terms of chemistry, along with Ace and Sky of My Day the series, Ben and Jim of Ben and Jim the series, Carl and Vlad of Gaya sa Pelikula, and Ken and Shake of My Extraordinary. Everyone in the cast from the lead to the support cast can act. Not particularly outstanding, but they're all good actors. Especially all of the male actors, Tony, JC, Patrick, and Megs, are distractingly handsome. Everyone in the series is the star quality, even the female characters, Kukai and Crystal, and I'm glad that none of these female characters are toxic. And the teacher, Miss Tina Moran, certainly brings the mood up. I love Junjun too. He's so cute. I would love to see more of him, hopefully in another BL series. He is funny, but definitely not a turnoff. Like his sense of humor makes him look even cuter. Hello Stranger is the second series after Game Boys to follow the internet and quarantine storyline, and the production has handled everything extremely well. And I just love how raw and real the emotions are. You can feel as though you're living the story because it is just so relatable. And through their friendship, each one of them learns something about a whole new world, which is unquestionably full of love.
Hi everybody, my name is Seth Grantham. I'm Everett, aka Prince's boyfriend, and I want to talk about Hello Stranger and my opinions about it. Well, I just want to say that it's my first BL series that I ever started watching, and I fell in love with it immediately, which made me want to also watch other BL series. I haven't gravitated towards other BL series as much as I have Hello Stranger though. Hello Stranger's storyline was really, really gravitating for me as an American. I really liked the point, or the part, where Xavier would send Mico coffee to show his love for him. And I loved how Mico was very conservative, like my boyfriend is, and was shy and showing his love towards Xavier. And it was just a great storyline. And they had three awesome co-stars, and 2 of them also fell in love with secretly. They ended up falling in love, and they were just very funny and hilarious. And then there was a teacher who was very, very funny. You have to see it to understand it. My boyfriend will tell you all about the whole thing though, but I want to say that this story reminds me of a long distance relationship with me and my boyfriend. Because the long distance relationship with me and my boyfriend has almost been 1 year now. When everybody said in the beginning that no, it won't last, you shouldn't do this to yourself, I was saying, no, I love this man with all my heart. I want to give this a shot. And I did. And I am so glad I did, because I truly love this man more than I've loved any man ever in my life. He is my heart, he is my soul, he's my rock, he's my everything. I love Everett Grantham with all my heart. So, I highly recommend you watch Hello Stranger, because you will enjoy it as much as me and Everett did watching it together. And that is my take on Hello Stranger.
Hello Stranger is a very simple storyline about self-discovery, friendship, and finding love during this coronavirus pandemic. Although the storyline isn't that as complicated as other BL series just like Amori, where there are 4 guys who are literally in love with the same exact guy. Gosh! Does any one of you out there have a pair of scissors? Because I'm so ready, like I was born ready to cut Joey's hair bald! Jeez, I just can't imagine being in this situation. Are you kidding me? 4 guys who are in love with you? How do you deal with that? Are you a... I can't say the word. By the way, I just want to give a shout out to Direct Jody Garcia of Amori the series. Hopefully you're watching this BL series review, and I promise to make a review of Amori series right after the last episode is uploaded to YouTube. And for everyone's information, Direct Jody Garcia is currently working on a new BL series entitled The Shore, and I have already seen the trailer, and I've seen a great deal of improvement in many aspects, from the cinematography and the quality of the audio and the casting. And I'm so happy to know that Direct Jody Garcia along with the production team pay attention to what the fans have to say, comment, and suggest. So hopefully you guys take a few minutes of your time to watch this series. It's coming out very soon, and mind you guys, Direct Jody Garcia is such a sweetheart. He really makes an effort to reach out to the fans, and that's why I am a big supporter of his work. Yay! Anyway, moving right along, like I said, Hello Stranger has a very simple storyline, but I love that this series highlights loving someone secretly. So, for this reason, I would like to talk about 3 common reasons why some of us refuse to open up our feelings to the one we love. So, why do some of us have a hard time opening up our feelings to the ones we love? First, that's because of our upbringing and our parents. Not every one of us is lucky enough to have been born in an open and welcoming family, and often we are not very realistic about the influence our upbringing has on us. But ask anyone who studies children, and they will often relate the reality that what happens in our childhood has profound and lasting impact on the rest of our life. And if we are not used to having an open communication with our parents, this also affects us in terms of opening up our feelings to someone we are in love with. Second, that's because of our personality type. More often than not, we are stuck to the idea that our ability to open up always depends on us being either an introvert or extrovert. But in truth, openness is more a matter of the actions that we take than our personality. Yes, it is true that we all have different tendencies in certain directions, but being open is always a decision that goes beyond culture or personality. Easier said than done, but trust me, it's worth giving it a try. Third, that's because we are afraid of rejections. Yes, rejection is such a big word. It can either make or break us, and whether we admit it or not, this applies to situations in general. We all have the tendencies to back off simply because we hate the idea of being rejected, and I must admit I'm personally guilty of this. However, as we grow older, fate finds its own way to put us in a situation where we have no choice but to face our fears of being rejected. And if ever we get rejected by the ones we love, we can free ourselves from what ifs, and we can tell ourselves, at least I try. One of the best things about this series is its original soundtrack, Kahit na anong sabihin ng iba, which is roughly translated as no matter what they say. This song is basically about a guy who prefers to laugh at these people criticizing his relationship with the one he loves. People say along the lines of, they're just happy at the beginning, or their relationship won't last long, and so on. But despite all of these criticisms, he manages to take a stand on how he truly feels.
Wala tayong magagawa, tawanan na lang natin kahit na anong sabihin ng iba. Pangako ko sa'yo na walang mag-iwan, walang magdidikta sa nadarama kahit na anong sabihin ng iba. Mahal kita, mahal kita,
Compared with other Filipino BL series, Hello Stranger is well funded, and this is clearly shown in terms of the quality of the production. The production design and the camera works are generally very good. I guess my most favorite scene in this series is one wherein Tony sings a song to Mico confessing his feelings for Mico. That's sickening sweet and completely romantic. And I bet this is one of the ideal moments which most of us, members of the LGBTQ community, dream of. Every one of us desires to experience being serenaded, and the way Xavier does that to Mico is a perfect execution of this imagination. Hello Stranger is one BL series that proves that a BL series doesn't need a kissing or a bad scene in order to make the fans go crazy and talk about it all over the internet. Well, it would be better if they had kissed because that could have sealed their amazing chemistry, but like I said, Tony and JC have proved to the BL universe that chemistry alone can be merely enough to get hooked on BL series. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when my next video comes out. Peace outie! Let's talk about the two main characters, Xavier and Mico, who I personally love. Personally.